name is Anthony Mercer, back with you with another episode talking all things sports. This is the I Got Knicks podcast. Alrighty, so Knicks lose again. Tyrese Halliburton has a triple-double. He played absolutely amazing. 30-point triple-double. Knicks down 3-1. Let's talk about it. I first want to start off and say there's been a lot of conversation happening about, is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar? I challenge, so I'll say this. I think Tyrese Halliburton has had some great moments this playoff series. From game-winning shots to being clutch and all that and all those great things, right? But I want to ask you a question. Is Tyrese Halliburton an all-star caliber player on a good team? Or is Tyrese Halliburton a superstar player that is increasing the team's ability? He's making everybody better, and they're consistently a championship team. Which one is it? Is he a superstar player? Or is Tyrese Halliburton an all-star caliber player? I'll say, in my opinion, I think Tyrese Halliburton is not a superstar. I don't believe he's a superstar. We have to pump the brakes. Is he having a great playoff run right now? Yes. 1,000%. Beating the Cavs. It looks like they may be victorious against the Knicks, going to the NBA Finals. I think they're playing amazing. I think he's playing amazing. What is their criteria for a superstar? That's the question. What is the criteria for a superstar? I'm going to give you my list of superstars. Jokic, Giannis, Curry. Bron is older, but he does have the ability to be special, even an older Bron, so I'll throw Bron in there. I would throw Luka in there. Who else? That's my superstar list. If I miss somebody, let me know. But those are my list of guys that are superstar guys. I don't think the Cavs have a superstar. And I'm going to challenge you and say, I don't believe the Celtics have a superstar. So now let's have a different conversation. Is Jason Tatum a superstar? And to be completely honest with you, the answer is no, to me. Anybody who knows me, I tell them this. Jason Tatum has no flaws. He can defend. He can shoot. He has the ability to get to the basket. He's long. He can score in between. The in-between game is good. Mid-range, excellent, right? You know my main issue with Tatum? He ain't got it in here. That's the difference. Though Jaylen Brown isn't as skilled as Tatum is, he got it in here. That's why he won Finals MVP. I also want to have another conversation about Tatum as well. Do you believe that if you put Tatum on a team like the Hawks, or put him in a place like the Hawks, or like the Sacramento Kings, or the Detroit Pistons, does he really uplift these teams to another level? I don't think so. I know all the Boston fans are going to be like, oh, Tatum's a superstar. Look at the stats. Look at the playoff resume. You know what I say to that? This guy, Jason Tatum, has always been a really good player on a really good team with a really good coach in a really good front office. They always put pieces around him. This is not like LeBron in 2017, 2018, 2019. This ain't that. Uplifting a team with players that aren't very good, but you're maximizing everything that they are. This ain't that. Does he have the ability to do that? I don't think so. Luka Doncic, last NBA season, taking that Mavs team without Kyrie Irving, in a ladder stretch to the finals. Can Tatum do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's just what I think. Tonight is game 5. OKC and Timberwolves. Let's break down game 4. I've said this once, I'll say it again. Anthony Edwards did not show up. He did not show up. I get it. I think he's 23. Anthony Edwards is a really good player. He is. I need his game to rise to the next level when he's playing up against other, elite caliber guards. Like, I think they beat the Lakers, had a really good series. I think everybody played well for them. I think they skated past the Warriors because Stephen Curry got hurt. And then, you're playing OKC, which is to me, an evenly matched series. Man, OKC is bringing it to them. OKC is giving work right now. Not taking shots. I think he said in the interview that he's just trying to make the right basketball play. He just simply wasn't aggressive. And OKC is, as we've seen this season, is one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. They played amazing. So, Game 5 is tonight in OKC. I'm predicting OKC to win that series. All right. So, one thing I kind of want to get into. So good. One thing I want to get into tonight is parlays. One of the aspects of this show is going to be, and this podcast is going to be making money, right? Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I'm not too sure if I'll ever start a Discord. I'm not too sure if I'll go down the route of making people pay for picks and things like that. I'm not too sure about if I'll ever do that. But what I will say is I'll give you some strategies that have helped me, and hopefully it'll help you too. So personally, for me, I'm a huge ladder guy. I love ladders. And for all of you who don't know, ladders are essentially even parlays, or as you'll see on, the sports book, plus 100 parlays, or somewhere close to that, right? And essentially what you do is each day you're flipping the money that you win, and then as the days go on, your payouts are much larger, right? Betting on bets that are seemingly should be a guarantee, right? So my parlays, it's 5-day parlays to $1,300, starting at $40, going to $80. Next day, $80 to $160. Day 3 is $160 to $320. Day 4 is $320 to $640, and then day 5 is $640 to $1,280, and then that's the end of the ladder. Almost, about $1,300 starting with $40 in 5 days. The biggest thing in sports betting, and I'll tell you all this: do not, I repeat, do not bet any money that you are not comfortable with losing. If we are day 3 in the ladder and we won, and you got that $320 and you need to make your car payment, go do that. Go do that. This is all about being responsible, and this is free money if you have the ability to do this or make this money, right? So let's talk about it. I'm only betting on people I can trust. I'm only betting on people that I can trust. And I was talking to one of my homies today, and one thing that we gotta do is parlays. Is personally for me, I'm trying to get out the prop game. I'm trying to get out the prop game. Jason Tatum has been the biggest thorn in my side. There's tons of people on my ban list: Jason Tatum, Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton. Who else is on my ban list? Anybody on the Indiana Pacers organization. I'm trying to figure out who else. Briefly, LeBron James. Countless guys. But we're not going to go too deep into that. What I will say is that bet on people you can trust, bet on teams you can trust, and bet things that are likely to happen, right? So I give you an example. If Nikola Jokic is averaging 14 rebounds, I'm going to take him at 8 or 10. I know I said I'm getting out the prop game, but if I am going to do a prop, I am going to take a guy that I can trust. I'll also say this. If you want to make real money sports betting, you need to have the ability to assess games on a night-to-night basis. I'll give you an example. Shout out to my homie Tyrone. He is absolutely amazing when it comes to parlays, and I appreciate him. And Tyrone, much love, bro. I love you. He is not a gatekeeper. And I was on Instagram one day and I was looking through his stories, and one thing that I noticed is he was manipulating a lot of total points props. He was also manipulating innings in baseball, right? Like where it would be runs scored, or he went against the spread for a team in the ninth inning, and the odds were great, very favorable odds that it was going to cash, right? That's what you want to do, especially when you're doing ladders. I want guarantees, right? If the over under, I'll give you an example. If the Boston Celtics are playing the Orlando Magic, right? Both are very big defensive teams, and both teams are defensive teams. I know that if the over under is 210, I'm manipulating the line by 20 points. If the line is 210, I'm either taking the under on 230 or I'm taking the over on 190, right? And because I know both teams are defensive teams, I'm going to take the under on 230. During the NBA season, when there are 7 games a night, 6 games a night, 8 games a night, there is so much opportunity in that. And there's a lot of opportunity for props as well, right? Like, if the Charlotte Hornets are playing the Denver Nuggets, right? I'm probably going to take Jokic rebounds. If Mark Williams is averaging 12 rebounds, I'll take him at 6 or 8. That's free money. He should get that, right? That's what I'm talking. Those are the type of things I'm talking about. If the odds are minus 700, minus 600, minus 800, minus 900, it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's a great payout if you have, use it as a straight bet. But when you put that together with 6 of them, it's plus 100, minus 115, plus 120, right? And if you're on day 3, day 4 of a ladder, you're turning 160 to 320, 320 to 640. Day 5, you're turning 640 to 1280. You're making yourself some money. That's important, especially when it comes to parlays. So here's what I want to do. One thing I want to do when it comes to the parlays on Instagram, I'm going to post on my stories, for the audience to pick, which pick you all want, this, that, and the third. And if the parlay cashes, we're doing giveaways. Here at the I Got Next podcast, I'm all about giving. That's who I am as a person. One of my love languages is acts of service, right? It'll be lunches. It'll be cash apping lunches. It'll be giveaways. When basketball season comes in October, I'm buying extra ticket, bring somebody to the game with me. This is something that is going to be very interactive for you all. Get you all an opportunity to meet me. Give me an opportunity to meet you. And let's just have fun in the game of basketball, football, MLB, right? This is a very interactive community where we get the opportunity to kind of meet one another and have community together, right? So that's that point aside, speaking on the parlays, it's something I want to do for all of us. So we kind of talk basketball, parlays. A lot of people want to know a little bit about me. For you all that don't know me, my name is Anthony Mercer. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Been a hooper my whole life. Went to college in Raleigh. Majored in political science and communications. Currently, in a graduate program now. Got a nonprofit organization in Africa. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that my Instagram is @theAnthonyMercer. You'll be able to see that on there. Have a nonprofit in South Africa. I'm going to be very interactive with you all. I want you guys to be able to, connect with me, and I want to be able to connect with you guys. If you're in the Charlotte area and you want to catch a game, I'm very accessible. For most of y'all, I'm a DM away. Just DM me and let's have a conversation. So I will say this: this podcast will not just be me. This podcast will be more conversation based. Every time that you see I Got Next, probably after this, I'll have a guest. I'll bring some friends on. I'll bring members of the community on. People who are in the sports, parlays, right? We'll have those sports conversations. It'll be super interactive. If you are interested in coming on the I Got Next podcast, shoot a DM. Let's put a time together. Let's film. Let's get it done. So super happy to come to you all with another episode. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow on Instagram, and we're gonna keep the work going for sure. Yeah. All right, I'm done.